Ciao, I'm Nick Accardi, the chef and the owner of Tavola restaurant here on 9th Avenue in New York City with my two friends, great vintners from Italy, Giovannella Fugazza and David Noto.
Today we're going to go cook and eat and pair pizzas made in a wood-burning oven and handmade pastas, handmade gnocchi with different sauces for his amazing Prosecco, her amazing 4 lines of wine. Che buona, andiamo a So we have these great wines that we're about to pair with some Italian cheeses. As you can see over here, we have a pecorino sardo. We have a pecorino sardo here, which is a sheep's milk cheese from Sardinia. We have a Sicilian pecorino con pepato. Okay. We have gorgonzola, which will pair beautifully with these northern Italian wines. Now, we're going to cook for you, and we're going to pair different food for these delicious wines. At Tavola, we're known for different things. We're known for wood-burning oven, historical wood-burning ovens. We have Vesuvio and the Etna. They weigh 7,000 pounds. So we're known for vera pizza napoletana and pasta fresca fatta a mano. So we're going to have some pizzas and some pastas. Right now, we're well known for our gnocchi. Gnocchi fatti a mano, handmade gnocchi, with my assistant Chris. And as you can see, we made our dough with potatoes and very little flour. Because the more flour you put in, the heavier they are. We're known at Tavola, as they say, gnocchi. Gnocchi, light as a cloud. Light as a cloud. So first, Chris is rolling them out, and we cut them in about the size of this part of your thumb. Well, my thumb anyway. So now we have the gnocchi. What we do here is, on a classic, we like to run a ridge on it. That way it catches the sauce as well. So just with your thumb, roll it out. And Chris will set them on the table. Ma da voi si fanno anche le gnocchi con le patate?
Sì.
Con le patate, sì?
Con le patate.
Con le patate. Noi adesso facciamo una gnocchi.
Con la forchetta, sì, con questo sistema si cuociono.
Però questi gnocchi sono fatti alla trapanese. Gli gnocchi nostri sono fatti a mano. Our gnocchi are made by hand. Mostly potato, very little flour. So as we say in our menu, light as a cloud. Very important. So gnocchi are heavy, they're not good. So, questo trapanese, it's made with almonds instead of pine nuts. It has a little bit of wild fennel and a touch of tomato.
It looks amazing, Nick.
Thank you, Dave. I hope you guys will like
We're
it
looking
too.
forward to trying this. So what wine are we pairing today with
Well, che vino suggerisci, Giovannella, per questo?
this? Giovannella, you have a wine for us, I hope.
I have this wine.
Cos'è?
It's a Bonarda.
It's a Bonarda.
Bonarda from the south of Lombardy. Oltre Pavavese Diosi name. It's very nice because it's a soft wine, but a full-bodied wine. And the gnocchi is elegant pasta because the potatoes is soft. When you eat gnocchi, you have a very elegant sensation about the vegetables and the condiment you prepare for this. This is the typical from Sicily,
Sì.
Trapani.
Sì, questo è
Sì.
questo trapanese.
Sì,
No?
Trapanese. And the gnocchi is not Trapanese.
Non è, con le
it's
patate.
North,
Sì.
in the north of Italy, because the pesto is from Liguria, but from Sicily different. And the gnocchi is from Friuli, but from Mic are different. And all inside mix the all parts of Italy in a very creative food.
Thank you, Giovannella. To finish it, Parmigiano on everything.
Devono pagare
To
per
finish it,
fare-
yes, it's not cheap. Like all good things, they're not cheap. Okay.
Nick, let's do this the right way, like we do in the kitchen in Italy. And my mother's and father's
Will you do the honor of
kitchen.
pouring the wines? Yes, and I'll make the pastas.
Carlino wine.
Allora,
Wait.
Oh, we tried.
together.
Delicious. In the kitchen where no one sees.
I gnocchi dal nord con la salsa del sud. It's fantastic gnocchi to pair it with that sauce.
Perfect.
For Italy, together.
It's a
Si
perfect,
dice,
Salute.
unite region of Italy.
it's a perfect pair for this sauce and for this cut of pasta.
Bisogna dire che siamo sotto il Vesuvio. Sotto il Vesuvio. Painting Vesuvio.
So at Tavola we have a pizza we call the Medina. The Medina because it's unusual in the sense it's very Arabic. It has Sicilian dry figs, has a little bit of gorgonzola, sesame seeds, and some balsamic vinegar. And there's a town in Mazzara, Sicily, where they actually have an Arabic Medina. So it is somewhat Sicilian, but also touching into the north of Lombardia with the gorgonzola. It's an interesting pie. And it's going to pair wonderfully with both David's Prosecco and Giovanella's Malvasia. It's a pizza for two different ones. So Chris, we're about to open up our pie. Okay. The dough, as you can see, is very light. It's been rising for 2 days. Very little yeast. It's all 00 flour. And it's just the right consistency today. Okay. This pizza takes no tomato sauce. It has a base of mozzarella. We like to use fior di latte, one of the best in New York. To start. Now we have our figs. The figs are soaked in a little bit of balsamic vinegar and water. So the dry figs are not as hard and not as chewy. And now they're ready, giving out some of their juice. Okay, then we have the gorgonzola. Ah, look at that. Beautiful gorgonzola from Lombardia. Our Sicilian extra virgin olive oil from Nocellara olives that we import from Sicily as well. A little bit of balsamic glaze. So it's a reduction of balsamic vinegar is what we use here. Very little. You don't want to, it's basically just a dance on the palate, really. We're ready to put it in the oven, Christopher. Actually, you know what? Just to freshen it up too. So we're gonna have some fresh basil on this pie too. Ecco. Chris, give it to me. Now, to make sure that our ovens are at 800 degrees, 750 to 825. Any more, they'll burn. Any less, e non è la vera pizza napoletana. La vera pizza napoletana has to have a certain temperature in a certain way. Right now, I feel my oven's a little colder, so we're going to stoke with a little bit more wood. Now, what's important to know is that a real Neapolitan pizza has to cook in 90 seconds. Anything more than 90 seconds is not a true Neapolitan pie. That means this pizza has to be turned once. It has to be turned twice. I like to give it a little more color on the bottom, so I'll move it around the stones, closer to the fire. Every little difference makes a difference. Now we're gonna crispen this pie at the top of the oven, right? To get a little more leopardo, all right? So here we go. Fumo, give it. Ecco, la pizza Medina. Tavola.
Che bella.
Bella, eh? Poi guarda come scrocchia perché si sente. Aha, you hear that? That crispy, crunchy sound. Pizza, so it's slightly to the tooth and crispy because we blend our own flours. Now, we'll let it rest just a moment. They cool down quickly because it's such a thin and small pie. One for Giovanella.
So we'll pair these with some Prosecco and some Malvasia.
Yes.
Benissimo.
So,
Prosecco DOC.
DOC.
DOC Prosecco. The original controllata. It's the entry-level Prosecco.
Entry-level Prosecco.
They make almost 800 million bottles of DOC Prosecco in the world today. and we try to make the highest quality DOC. And generally, we use this for glass pours restaurants and for mixing to make wonderful Aperol spritzes and other drinks. The Gorgonzola goes very well with the with the fig. I love it.
Interesting.
And the extra dry of the Prosecco, little bubbles.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
It's a perfect pairing with this. Now I'm gonna try it with the Malvasia now too. It's crisp, dry, and floral with hints of peach in the back too. It's fantastic. It's a perfect summer spring wine.
Con i fichi, buonissima.
Buonissima.
Con i fichi, molto buona.
Non è tipica,
Non è tipica,
però
ma non sempre la fantasia migliora spesso.
thank you, Giovanna. Coming from you, it's a big compliment. She's a real great buon gustaio. I ate very well at her castle. Giovanna, allora questa è la Malvasia che fate voi?
Si abbina bene con questa pizza perché questo tipo di malvasia va molto bene con i formaggi con un sapore deciso, come è stato aggiunto a questa pizza, che è il gorgonzola.
If you're ever in that part of Italy, Castello di Luzzano. Truly magnificent. We're going to show you some film of it later on too. My bad Lavera. I forget how much I love this one. Now we're making Lavera pizza margherita Tavola. Again, our dough has been resting for 2 days in simple form. Chris, how's the oven? Take the door out. Let me see. Is the flame going well? Yes. I'm liking it. So you see the dough is very mature because the bubbles are coming out. It's very light. Pomodoro, San Marzano.
San Marzano come un paese vicino a me.
Ah,
Ma questi verranno dalla Campania.
questa è la
Dalla
Campania.
Campania.
Stessa.
Abbiamo un paese che
Sì,
si
sì.
chiama San Marzano.
Sì, da voi? Ah, nel nord c'è anche. Ah, non lo sapevo. Allora, noi
Si coltivano questo tipo
We like to put a little-
di pomodori, che sono i pomodori ovali.
ovali, sì,
Ovali.
buoni per la salsa,
Sì,
vero?
buoni per la-
Beh, anche insalata, però sono adatti per la salsa, più o meno. Sì.
fanno i pelati.
Ah, eccezionale in questo modo. Che c'è poca acqua di dentro, la polpa
Poca
bella
acqua e la polpa è molto compatta.
compatta, quindi fa...
Quindi c'è poco scaldo.
Ah, sì. So, we have our Parmigiano. Parmigiano, we put on top of the tomato, not on top of the mozzarella. It's very important, at least in my opinion. Then we have our mozzarella. So this is not a buffalo mozzarella. This is a fior di latte that's made here by a well-known Italian family in New York. We finish with our Sicilian olive oil. Bella, 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 leggera, scoccata, vai. This is my favorite part. Is to see the dough rising on the stone. And it turns into something else. It's a metamorphosis. The dough turns into this amazing crust. And that all happens in 90 seconds. Which is very important that we watch it carefully and then we turn it twice. Because if we keep it in the same spot, it'll burn on one side and it'll be raw on the other side. The pizza has to be balanced. Ecco, quindi it depends on the experience of the pizzaiolo. It's good to have good ovens, but you have to have somebody who knows how to use them too. Ah, she's coming around now, huh? Pizza Tavola. Ah, pizza con pomodoro un coppo. Ok. Ecco allora, metto un altro poco di basilico fresco anche alla fine. I like to put a little basil at the end too. It's different. Also, you hear the crunch in the dough. Scrocchi. Oh yes, yes, yes. Give it to me. Wonderful. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful pizza. So with the pizza margherita, we have two wines that we want to do. Well, first of all, we want to do a nice prosecco by the glass. It's fantastic for this as well.
Wonderful DOCG Prosecco with a little minerality.
You do that while I plate the pizzas for you guys.
Wonderful.
Okay? So now, with the vera pizza margherita, come si fa a Napoli, we have the Prosecco for my friend David Noto, and we have the Bonarda Frizzante, which is like a Lambrusco but drier. We sell a lot of it here. People love it, even though people are not fond of Lambrusco, they love this and it goes very well. So allora, prima facciamo un po', un'altra volta il Prosecco, quindi facciamo questa pizza. Again, in America, we use our hands to eat the pizza, so.
Samurai dog with the tomatoes.
Mi piace la pasta leggera? Molto buona, eh? Grazie.
Chin.
Who's better than us right now? I'm here with my good friends, David Noto and Giovanella Fugazza from Italy. I was so lucky to be hosted in her castle 1 hour outside of Milan. You should all go and see it yourselves.
Please, tell me again, why did you put the Parmigiano first and then the mozzarella on top?
Because the Parmigiano it dolce, so it affects the flavor of the tomato. If you put it on top of the mozzarella, it won't touch the tomato. So it's important, the ratio and the timing of it. So now that we tried the Prosecco, we're about to try the Bonarda with this bella pizza.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. It's dry.
Bonarda is more body,
More complex.
more the different perfume, very different zone.
That
Only the
blueberry
typology is similar, is very typical from Italy, from the north of Italy.
Fantastic. Cheers.
Wonderful wine. Thank you for sharing.
And wonderful company. Now,
Chin.
we're about to do another tasting with the more elegant, which I call a tuxedo. I like to call it tuxedo per vino. The Romeo. Allora, Giovanna ci dice, questo per me è il vino più elegante, sono tutti belli, diverse occasioni, diverse cose. Ma questo c'è un vino per un'occasione vicino al fireplace, c'è un vino veramente romantico. It does bring up your senses. And we're about to try this with a pasta that we make here. Pappardelle with porcini mushroom from her area and culatello calabrese from the south. So we're gonna marry the north to the south to try this nice, rich, robust, beautiful red wine. Ci dice?
This wine is a blend between two typical grape from Italy, Bonarda. You have Bonarda 100%, and this is in this blend. Bonarda is 30%, and 70% is Barbera. It's very old wine. The name is Gutturno. Gutturno means the cup in which the Roman people many thousand years ago served the best wine in his table. And in Piacenza is the town from the Roman time. It's a very old town, and they chose this name for his most famous wine, Gutturno. And I put Romeo because, like Carlino, is the man in my farm who cultivated this part of my farm and leave his name on the vineyard. And so it's a wine, very precious wine, because aged in barrel 1 year and 8 months, and after 1 year in the bottle.
Wow.
Before became selling.
So it's almost almost 3 years of aging. And when you taste it, you can taste the oak. You can taste the wood in the wine. You can taste it's been done in an oak barrel, like a good, elegant red wine should be. Fantastic. I wish you were here to actually taste it with us. But now we're going to make the pappardelle. So now we have a coppa calabrese, which is really a prosciutto with red pepper in it, right? It's cut very thin. And this is how we're going to do this.
Nick, this looks wonderful.
Well, I hope you like it, David. This is something that we do with Tavola. And we like to bring the two different ingredients together. Chris, thank you. Thank you. Of course. To finish it off, we're going to give it a nice snowing Parmigiano, all right?
Parmigiano goes great on everything.
And it goes on everything, yes.
Parmigiano is for all.
It's a king of cheeses.
Also for cappuccino.
I see.
In the morning.
I see.
My wife from Tuscany puts Parmigiano on everything but breakfast.
Heck, so now we have the king of cheeses, they say. It is true. Not because we're Italians. It really is truly elegant. Now, Chris, can I get 3 plates? Grazie.
I'm excited to try this amazing wine.
Wow.
You've spoken so highly of it. Nick,
I love it. I think you're going to love it too. As a vinter yourself, I'm sure you're going to have an appreciation for it too. Allora, adesso versiamo questa pasta, però a me sempre piace un po' di olio d'oliva. Can I get the bottle of olive oil? This one, Sicilian extra virgin olive oil, just to give it a little bit of some viscosity. It also gives some light herbaceousness. Again, the north meaning the south, olive oil, butter, shallots. What a wonderful complex dish this is. Guarda che bello. Ai, questa pasta. Grazie Giovanni. Bella qua.
grazie caro.
Queste sono pappardelle fatte in casa qui. These are homemade pappardelle here at Tavola. Made with farm fresh eggs, Italian flours. Oh, let me make sure you have some prosciutto calabrese on top of that. Here we go. Fantastico. Ok, ci abbiamo tutto un po' di gusto qui, un altro poco per questo qua.
Provenella, posso versare vino?
Puoi versare il mio vino e
Benissimo.
hai questo onore.
This is the
Versare
fantastic
il Romeo.
wine that Nick has been talking to me about forever.
You know, and wines, you know, they're a state of mind. You can try to describe it, but unless you taste it, you really can't. Grazie, Giovannella. Molto gentile.
Prego.
Giovanni, grazie.
So,
Cin cin
Mr.
caro.
Romeo.
ciao, ciao, chin chin. It's now November. Perfect time for this wine too. Great winter wine for fireplaces. Ma bello, Giovanni, si sente anche la legna della botte. Si sente the wood from the barrel. It's nice woody. Yes, oh my God. Anche un po' vellutato anche alla fine. A good wine.
Eccellente, caro.
Eccellente, veramente.
Eccellente.
Un buon vino
È
continuo.
buonissimo.
Ecco.
I have a friend. I think it's very, very good. Accompagna
Ah.
molto bene questo piatto.
Ah sì, grazie.
Perché il sapore
Complimenti, Nick. This is delicious.
Grazie, grazie a voi.
Wonderful
Buonissimo.
flavors.
Coming from them, it's a big deal. When I have people coming to my restaurant and they're from Iowa or Ohio, it's nice. Oh, it's the best Italian food I ever had. It's nice to hear that compliment. When real Italians, real chefs, real vintners tell you they like your food, it's a real honor. What a better wine to go with this fantastic pasta. Oh my God! If you wanna make someone fall in love in front of a fireplace, this is your wine. here. That's why Italians are known for buon gustare.
Sounds like you've done this before, Nick.
Well, you know what? It's what we do. We're Italians. We live our life. We say, "Oh, I want to live like the Italians do in Italy," because we live to eat. They say we don't eat to live. So, and you guys understand. What a pleasure it is to have both of you here with such history, such dedication, different regions in Italy, near Austria, near Milan. History going back to the 1500s in the castle of Castello Luzzano actually has finds that they were making wine there during the Roman Empire. So on her estate, wine was being made 2,000 years ago. This place, Tavola, has a history of 140 years. In America, that's considered a lot of history. In Italy, it's considered a garage sale. But it's still our history, and we're proud of it. We try to keep the tradition of the Manganaro family alive at Tavola with good food and good friends, good wine. Adesso, so now we have, my friends, we're about to have buon appetito, buon amici, buon vino,
Buon vino,
e dalla vita, e a Tavola.
Buona cucina italiana, i prodotti italiani sono sempre i migliori del mondo, i nostri vini anche.
To my honorable guest, arrivederci e a dopo.
Saluti! Ciao!